So I'll do it the 23rd, August 23rd.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to Commissioners Court. Before we get started this morning, though, we want to start with the invocation and the pledge. Mr. Ivy Joe Gibbons, sir, if you would please lead us in the invocation, and Commissioner Cam, the pledges.
Heavenly Father, we come giving you thanks and giving you praise because you're worthy and deserving of it. We thank you for blessing each of us to be here at this Commissioner's Court, praying for your guidance, for your strength, for the judge and commissioners and decisions that they make. We lift the sheriff and his department up before you and all the first responders, that you keep them safe in the work that they do. In the name of Jesus, I pray and ask these blessings. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Brother Gibbons, thanks, sir. All right. Well, the time is 9:02. We do have a quorum, so we will call this meeting to order. Are there any citizens' comments?
Yes, sir.
All right. Item 1 is consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on July the 12th, 2022. And at this time, we have no associated amendments. We'll pass over this until the next one, to our next court. So item number 2 is consider and take action on extension of burn ban for Henderson County.
Good morning, Court.
Good morning.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the normal numbers that we hear. 595 as a low as of yesterday. 734 as a high. That's the number that keeps bothering me. 695 is our average across the county. I'm sure y'all are all probably looking at the map right now. You'll see that most of the county is actually over 700 at this point. We've had 105 fires in the last 28 days, so that's for the period that we've had the burn ban on. As of yesterday, they instituted a red flag warning for Henderson County, which will run till 12 a.m. on Wednesday. And that's because we have 14% humidity with 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, 103 to 112 temps throughout the county. So right now, 97% of the county is classified as D3 or D4 on the U.S. Drought Monitor, which is considered extreme drought. I'm just giving you information that I have right now because obviously I believe that we still need the burn ban, and we're to the point now where I'm starting to worry about other activities outside as well that we still allow, like outdoor cooking, welding, people mowing. We are having mowing fires, brush hogs hitting rocks or fencing or any type of metal. The one storm that we did have, we had a little bit of lightning, and then 2 days later had a 20-acre grass fire from lightning striking a tree, and then it fell over in the middle of a pasture and started a 20-acre grass fire. So even with that rain that came through, it's still, the fuel load's still real dry. Answer any questions the court has for me. This is, I know we've seen emails comparing this to 2011, and everybody keeps saying that. This is the worst that I've seen since 2011 and being here. And if you look at that side-by-side comparison, Henderson County right now is actually worse than we were in 2011 as far as drought goes. How long would it continue? I don't know, but I don't see any rain coming up in the forecast unless somebody's seeing differently. Just a bunch of 100-degree temps. And we're just to the point now to where half-acre grass fires can turn into 100-acre grass fires in no time.
Court, questions, comments?
Well, in my precinct, we talked the other day about the outdoor grilling and propane, open flames and that, but one thing that I'm seeing in my precinct is we still have outsiders, and I'm gonna call them weekenders, and maybe some people that don't know the common sense of outdoor fire, but we're still having problems with fireworks in our precinct, of shooting them off around the lake and different things. And I was talking to the judge this morning, I'm not thought about the outdoor cooking, but if we're going to allow a welder and everything to have the welders are going to maybe have a fire watch or whatever, that we could do that with outdoor grilling. But the fireworks, I'm a big proponent of I think we need to tighten our hands on that somehow. But we've seen them all running up and down the road with the fire departments and everything, and they're worn out.
That's a true statement. Fire departments are tired. They're tired of answering.
You say, was those numbers again, was that for the week, 105 fires?
No, that's since we've had a burn ban in place. The last 28 days, 105 fires. And, a lot of these are, the majority of them are accidental fires, something that we can't even control at this point, no matter how much control we want to try to put on it.
Right.
Somebody dragging a chain down the road, setting off sparks, trailer bearings going out was our biggest fire. Those things we can't control, but we will get to the point to where the things that we can control are going to start getting out of hand. And as far as the fireworks go, I believe we're going to have a disaster declaration to be able to do that. I don't think we can just, unless I'm wrong, yeah. We would have to have a disaster declaration to tell people you can't shoot off fireworks. We're getting there. But like I said, a lot of it right now are just fires that are out of our control. Transformers blowing up. We had one in Precinct 4, a transformer just blew. Like, it happens all of the time, and you never hear about it because it doesn't burn 5 acres.
Right.
So I know it's getting there, and I'm really nervous about the rest of this week coming up, because like you said, fire departments are tired, and they're all volunteers, and they're not answering calls quite as quick as they have been because they're worn out and tired. I think right now, in my opinion, the best that I can do as the fire marshal is just to bring awareness to how bad the situation is, to try to get people to pay more attention to what's going on.
I believe Kaufman County did a red flag alert declaration yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. They, yesterday, the Forestry Service reported they had a 500-acre fire. This morning, they bumped it down to like 457 acres. It's still a significant fire. And they say it's 75% contained right now. Knowing that, they just have a lot of snags and stuff like that that they need to clean up. They're not going to call it contained with these conditions. And that's another problem, typically, and you've been out on these fires. Right now, spraying the fire out with water doesn't put it out. They're having to hit it multiple times. Usually you can leave things burning inside of the black. The snags of trees that are standing up there still burning. You can leave them there because they're in the black and you don't have to worry about them. But the embers are blowing across and just starting new fires. So there's a lot more work to it now. A lot of the fire departments are having to start spraying Class A foam on these fires. That foam's expensive. A lot of them don't have the extra money to spend on it, so they would just rather shuttle water for another couple hours.
Other comments? Well,
I've went out to the couple of the fires that we've had, and like you say, these volunteers they're getting tired, and I've looked around and noticed the volunteers that are there, and they're mine and your age, our age. They're not young guys that are showing up to fight these fires. And like I say, they all have jobs, and some of them, they get off, so they're wore out. And then that heat and stuff, it's really got a lot of them down. But I don't know what we need to do to make awareness, because I'm still seeing little yard fires and stuff around. And I called and told them they needed to put them out to neighbors and stuff. And I got a call last night that there was another one, somebody was burning, that there was smoke flying in the woods and stuff, neighbor to their house, and I told them just call dispatch, let them know that somebody's burning. So, you know, I think we've got it out there, the awareness of it is the best we can, but I think a lot of people, when they see a little shower, a little rain that we get, that it's okay to go start them up again right afterwards. But it's not, if it's not near enough rain.
That's true. And then I had a news, or I guess a news story, but I had Michael put something out on our page when it did rain, saying, hey, just because it's raining doesn't mean we're lifting the burn ban. We're trying to bring that awareness up. But you're exactly right. If it rains anywhere, people will start calling and texting saying, hey, can I burn? I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead.
A lot of the burn ban violations that I have been on actually have been elderly people who are just used to raking their leaves and burning in their yard, and they don't have Facebook or the internet or anything, and they rarely go to town, or somebody brings them groceries or something like that, so they don't see the burn ban signs or anything. They're just used to, their small little world right there. But I have had maybe 3 fires that started and continued on from burn ban violations. The rest of them have been accidental causes.
Well, the one thing that I can say is our community has done very well during this time. Talking about comparison to 2011. I mean, there was fires even right up into Athens here, there behind where our towers are. The fires in 2011 were rampant in this same time period. And our community needs to be commended on just exactly how few of fires that we have had. As Shane said, the majority of them just have started currently accidentally. I know of 2, 3 hay operations that cause relatively larger fires.
Yeah, hay
as you
balers.
said, the others. Under the burn ban, I think that what I hope the public takes from this is that the continued vigilance that we have seen. I would even encourage those in the agricultural community, got a tractor around, just hook a disc up, have it set, ready if you're not using it. That's the quickest way to assist in responding to these type of larger grass fires.
Exactly.
Those type of things, those precautions. The Forestry Service even recommended these larger tracts go ahead and plow in a fire line around these places. But for those that aren't wishing to go that far, just have a disc hooked up so that you could get out there and maybe save something.
Spencer brought up the other day electric fences. People don't think about that, but if you got high grass right now hitting your electric fences, you can start a fire that way. A lot of people aren't thinking about that, so that's the kind of things we're starting to worry about.
Yeah. So, any further comments or discussions of the burn ban? Well, hearing none on that, what is our current?
Currently, we would expire on Thursday because the court did 30 days last time. But if we do another 28 or 30 days, whatever the court wants to do, I know usually y'all like for it to fall on a court day, but some counties are putting 90 days in. It's just whatever the court wants to do. It's easier for us to take it off than to put it on.
I don't believe we've ever, I thought it was limited to 30 days in all these years.
I've never.
Mr. County Attorney?
I was telling them I saw some counties have done 90-day burn bans, and he thought they were limited to 30.
I thought it was limited by statute to 30 days.
I don't recall that. It seems like there was a limit. I just don't recall what the limit is.
I don't remember it either. And we can come back every 28
That's
days
what I
if we
would
need
probably
to.
suggest is err on the side of let me get extend it for another 30 on Thursday, and if we have to, we can come back.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to extend the burn ban another 30 days.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to extend the Henderson County burn ban for an additional 30 days. Are there any further comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you, sir.
Court.
Item 3 is consider and take action on a request from AgriLife Extension Spencer Perkins for out-of-state travel to the AQHYA World Youth Horse Show. Mr. Perkins, if you would, please come forward. Part of the reason here is county policy is that any out-of-state travel is approved by the court. So,
Yes, sir. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Like you stated, we have money in our budget, but like I say, it's going to be out of state. Once again, this year, we're blessed with talented youth in Henderson County, and last year, if you'll remember, we won second at state and got qualified for national contests in Ohio. This year, we won state, and we're going to be able to go to Oklahoma City here at the end of the month, and then Ohio again in fall in October. So super talented group of girls there judging, and actually up here in Oklahoma City, I'm getting to take the new, I call them the littles, but the young kids that are learning are going to be able to travel with us and learn from the older kids, and then get some practice days in and compete up there as well. So actually going to be able to take more youth with me on this trip to Oklahoma and get a few days of working out and practicing on some really high quality horses up there.
This is the American Quarter Horse Association. Do we have anybody in Henderson County that actually shows a horse?
We have some. I don't believe anybody's going to go up there. I think the price of everything in the economy is keeping them back. We've had a youth last year show at this show, but she's not competing up there this year showing her horse. All of our 4-H kiddos, they're getting ready for the state horse show, which is next week down in College Station, and we'll have a good representation down there. I believe five girls are going down there to 4 girls and 1 young man going to go down there and represent our county at the state horse show, but no one competing showing this year up there.
comments, questions?
I've been really impressed watching these teams improve over the years, and congratulations on the state win.
Thank you.
And hopefully they'll do good at the World Show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Anything further? The requested amount to cover the cost is $951.50. If there's no further comments, we'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve his request for out-of-state travel to the American Quarter Horse Youth Association World Horse Show.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the request from AgriLife Extension, Spencer Perkins, for out-of-state travel to the AQHYA World Youth Horse Show. All those in favor of the motion? Road reinvestment zone per Texas Tax Code Chapter 312, located in precincts 1 and 2. Court, as you see in the backup, we have received an application in this process from Vistra, I believe, and Luminant Power or Luminant Generation Company and Mining, and they're requesting that we schedule a public hearing and consider an application concerning Chapter 312 of the tax code. This can be set for next week or the week after. We have the option of setting without taking action of the court, but we felt, keeping with tradition and our working together, that the court take this action today. Our county attorney is with us. If there's any questions anyone wants to ask as well, he and I have been working with this for a good while. Anything you'd like to add?
It needs to be set for August 2nd, not next week.
August 2nd.
Yeah, or at
Okay.
the earliest, August 2nd. So
That's right.
we have to get
Because
7 days notice out to the taxing jurisdictions, and we have to run a pub notice in the newspaper, and that has to be ran for 7 days prior to the hearing. There's an argument that even if we did all of that this afternoon, that your window pushes up again. So I think the safer thing is to push it out to August 2nd.
okay. Questions, comments?
Is there no one here speaking for them today?
There's no one here at this point. It's not a requirement that they be here. They have just submitted their application for a consideration of
Okay.
this request.
And for their benefit, I talked to him yesterday, and he asked me if he needed to be here. The person that we deal with, Michael Camden, he's out of Austin, and I told him, for purposes of today, all we're doing is setting the hearing. And I said, no, you don't need to be here today. He would have come down. It's just to me, that's a 7-hour round trip for him to drive down and set a date.
Right.
They will have representatives available at the public hearing.
Okay, I just had some questions, but I'll ask him in that time.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Entertain a motion of an August 2nd, say 9:20?
So moved.
9:20 or 9:15?
9:15.
9:15.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the setting of a public hearing for consideration of an application for the designation of the Forest Grove Reinvestment Zone per Texas Tax Code Chapter 312, located in precincts 1 and 2 for 9:15 on August 2nd. Any further comments? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 5, consider and take action to set a public hearing on a request of posting a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit on county roads 1400, 1402, 1403, 1404, 1405, 1406, 1408, and 1436, located in Precinct 1. Commissioner.
Yes, Court. I have done some research, and Commissioner Hall had went through court years ago and did all the speed limits and weight limits and no-through trucks to the roads that needed it, and we could not find record of these roads getting done. And there's a lot more people living down those roads now, and a lot of big trucks are going through there, and so I just was gonna come set a public hearing to try to get this speed limit and no-through truck ordinance done.
Okay. In your search, we ran across on the times, on the required time posting, I believe it said
30 days.
no less than 30 days.
Yes, sir. So I was gonna do August 23rd.
For the speed limit.
Can I do both of them at the same time?
Since they're separate items,
Separate?
we can stagger them real close together. They can run over one another,
Okay,
but we'll need to consider them separately since they are separate items.
okay.
You have a particular time?
9:15 for the first one.
Okay. Have a motion for that on the speed limit?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to set a public hearing August 23rd at 9:15 on the request for the 30-mile-an-hour speed limits for the County Road 1400, all the rest of them to 1436.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the setting of a public hearing for a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit for August the 23rd at 9:15 for County Roads 1400, 1402, 1403, 1404, 1405, 1406, 1408, and 1436, located in Precinct 1. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 6 is consider and take action to set a public hearing on the request of a no-through truck ordinance on County Road 1402, 1403, 1404, 1405, 1406, 1408, and 1436, located in Precinct 1. Commissioner.
Yes, these are all the same roads except 1400. We have been working on that road, getting it really nice for the heavy trucks. They've been driving all through all those roads and tearing them up, and we're just trying to get it nailed down to one entrance and exit so we can keep the roads in better shape for the constituents.
Questions for the Commissioner?
So we're going to put no-through trucks on some of these roads, and then you're going to give them a main truck route.
Yes, sir. It's about a mile. The rest of them are way longer than that, and that way we can work on just 1 mile instead of 10.
Yeah.
Because they go through there, you wouldn't believe the trucks that go through there every day.
Do we have a time?
I was
Say-
gonna, is it 9:18 or 9:20?
Let's say 9:18.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to set a public hearing August 23rd at 9:18 on the request of the no-through truck ordinance on the county roads listed in precinct 1.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tootley, to approve the setting of a public hearing for a no-through truck ordinance on County Roads 1402, 03, 04, 05, 06, 08, and 1436, located in Precinct 1 for August 23rd at 9:18. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 7 is consider and take action on a floodplain application for property number R56384, Leisure Land Subdivision, Block 10, Lot 36, located in Precinct 2. Ms. Kimbrough?
Good morning, Court and Commissioners. Before you is an application from Leisure Land POA concerning a floodplain permit on block number 10, Lot 36, which is owned by the Property Owners Association. Mr. Scott Six is here from Leisure Land POA to answer any questions that there might be. We have gone over all of the conditions of this maintenance. It's considered a structural maintenance of a 20-foot extension of a culvert. That there's one 20-foot culvert that already exists, and this would extend by 20 foot. So I've gone over, I can read into the record the hold harmless clause by the county, but I've gone over that with Mr. Six, and he's acknowledged understanding by his signature. I've also attached a couple of pictures. This doesn't go far down into the floodplain, but there is ever indication that it would take working somewhat in the floodplain to finalize this project. So it's rather short and sweet and to the point.
Commissioner?
Yes, Court, this is, we did some, when we redid the roads in here and we replaced some of the culverts, there was the property owner across the street from where this is, we replaced a 24-inch culvert with a 36-inch to relieve some water off of his property, and POA, as you see, back in May of 2021, allowed us to extend it across into their property. This is kind of on a curve. It's at a boat ramp that they no longer use, and we were able to extend it out. And what has happened is they have requested, because of the washout at the end of that culvert, they want to extend it down into the trees. And if you zoom in on one of the pictures, you can see where the culvert, the concrete culvert that used to be there, we didn't take that out, so we're going to let it go. But anyway, we're going to pull a tree and remove that concrete culvert, and POA has bought the extension culvert, and so we're on probably a 2 or 3 year delay for that.
Any questions for Ms. Kimbrough or the Commissioner?
Is this, I'm just curious because we did one like this kind of in precinct 1 a while back. Is this something that's hurting your county road with standing water or something?
It was, and then with what they allowed us to do, has done this washout at the deal, and it's kind of a safety hazard for kids.
Any other questions, comments? Entertain a motion on the application for floodplain permit.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tootley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the floodplain application for property number R56384 384, Leisure Land Subdivision, Block 10, Lot 36, located in Precinct 2. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you. After item 8, I'd like to be excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item 8 is consider and take action on request to perform work on property R56384 owned by the property owners of Leisure Land subdivision located in the Leisure Lane subdivision, Block 10, Lot 36 within Precinct 2. Commissioner?
Well, once again, we're just going to be helping them. They decided not to do this extension when we first did this work in 2021, hoping that we could maybe save this area, and it kind of would be a deterrent down to the road, or down to the former boat ramp. This former boat ramp is all crushed and wallered out, but this will help with kids riding bicycles at dusk, and will stop this hazard that's there that this culvert has done. So they purchased the culvert, and it is waiting to be delivered. And once it does, we'll remove the tree and remove this concrete culvert to allow drainage down to the lake.
Questions for the Commissioner?
Judge, I move.
We have a representative here.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott Six. Would you wish to add anything to the conversation, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Please proceed.
I move that we approve the request to perform work on property R56384 owned by the Leisure Land Property Owners Association, Block 10, Lots 36, located in Precinct 2.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, Tooley, and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the request to perform work on property number R56384 owned by property owners of Leisure Land in the Leisure Land subdivision, Block 10, Lot 36, located within Precinct 2. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Court.
Item 9 is receive financial reports, and there are none today. Item 10 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheet, which there are none. Item 11 is consider and take action on submitted contracts. No contracts. Item 12 is consider and take action on request of right-of-way permits.
No right-of-way.
No right-of-way. Item 13 is
22, in the amount of $402,302.13.
Commissioner Spivey. Questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley.
I have none.
Commissioner McCam.
None.
Commissioner Richardson.
No question, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2022 bills in the amount of $402,302.13.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the fiscal year 2022 bills in the amount of $402,302.13 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 15 is consider and take action on submitted plats. Commissioner?
Yes, Judge, this is located in the Pinnacle Club, Phase 1, Section B. And I think I can say this guy's name right. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to change it. The lot 590 and 591, 587 is all owned by the property owner. It's kind of just putting the whole lot together. I believe what they did in the past was they took half of lot 590 and split it and gave it to lot 589-R. And so he's just taking all three of his 2.5 lots and combining them into one lot, creating lot 591-R. All necessary signatures here. along with the POA president of the Pinnacle Club.
So it's bringing the portion of 590 into 591R?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that they'll be combining 587, 591, and part of 590 into lot 591-R.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like 590 was original, part of it was added into 589.
True.
That's what threw me. Okay, cleans up that little spot.
Yes.
Questions?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the replat of Pinnacle Club Phase 1, Section B, part of 590, 591, and 587, creating lot 591-R for filing purposes only.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and seconded by Commissioner Richardson to approve the final plat of lot 591R in the Pinnacle Club, Phase 1, Section B, for filing purposes only. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 16 is open and consider bids, and we had a request, but nothing added in with it. Okay. Well, we'll move on then. To item 17, which is convene into executive session pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.074 regarding personnel matters, namely review and discussion of applicants for the County Veteran Service Officer position. And we get a time to move into executive session.
I'll make a motion to move into executive session at 9:45.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and seconded by Commissioner McCam to move into executive hearing at 9:45. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. We will recess until then. Thank you very much. We'll be back. Now, we need to introduce y'all. All right. The time is 10:41. Item 18 is reconvene into open session. Can we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to move back into open session at 10:41. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. We are here to consider and take action on matters discussed in executive session. Is there a motion that wishes to be made or action taken?
I'd like to make a motion that we offer the Veteran Service Office position to Ronald Lindsay.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley to appoint Ronald Lindsay as the Veterans Service Officer for Henderson County. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 19 is to consider and take action to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to adjourn. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. We have been scheduled to begin workshop.